6 NHL games tonight. Matthew Barnaby back. I'm Lawrence Presman. This is the Blue Line Hockey Betting Podcast. We're going to tell you exactly how to make money from every single one of those hockey games. Matthew Barnaby, how are you, my friend? You were missed yesterday. It was a 7.5-minute show. Did it all by myself. And you know what? I enjoyed it.
You know what? It was nice to have a day away from you, and I didn't miss it. I watched it, and I was 2-0 with my picks. We'll take sending in picks if they're winners. So, yeah, St. Louis money line.
Crushed them.
They obviously covered that, and then the Toronto Buffalo under 4-0. We will take that. So nice to be back here today.
Absolutely. And guys, before we get into it, 1 p.m. Eastern time Friday, mark that down, put it in your calendar. We're doing a live show. Me, Matthew Barnaby, Brad May, Jeremy Roenick, Andrew McGinnis from Puck Time, Andy Lang, if he wants to join, it's his decision. Make sure to put that in your calendar.
No pressure there. No pressure there.
I'm watching Andy on the bottom of the screen laughing hysterically. 1 p.m. Eastern, everyone, live. And you guys can ask questions, and your questions can be, what did it feel like to score 1 goal in 14 years, Matthew? That would be a fair question.
It would, but between the two of us, we have 1 hat trick in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and not you.
Yes, we do.
You.
I was part of that, Matthew. It's between the two of us. You got a hat trick? You got a hat trick in a playoff game?
Mother's Day, 3 straight goals. Mother's Day, 1998. My son was born May 2nd. May 10th was Mother's Day. And 3 goals against the Montreal Canadiens. Yes.
So we got it. Now I need to know. What did you and what do people do with all those damn hats?
They get collected and they're brought actually to Lost and Found, I believe. So people can actually go pick them up after the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I took one. I wore it around when I was named first star. I also had an assist in that game, 4 points. I have the hat at home somewhere. I got the stick. Obviously, the 3 pucks are in a frame. So yeah, it was a great day.
There you go, guys. And Matt's going to get a hat trick tonight in sports betting. Winnipeg playing Anaheim. Matt, this is a straight take the dog and hold your nose type of a game here. Winnipeg is done. They're playing with nothing. We have already witnessed these teams that are in position. None of their stars are coming out to play. No chance Connor is in net. No chance Scheifele's on the ice. There's just no reason for Winnipeg to play this game. So I have 2 questions. 1, who do you bet? And 2, why the hell is Winnipeg minus 270? Is Anaheim resting their stars? Wait, I don't even know if they have any. Explain.
I don't get it. I'd love to explain it. I don't understand it. That's why a lot of these games, you can find value in this one. Guys aren't going to be playing their stars. You look at Montreal, they're going to be playing. Are the Hurricanes? No, they're going to be laying an egg as well. So no, the Ducks at plus 220, I'll take those all day long. They got some young kids that want to play and they're excited. They're excited because they only have a game left to play and then they're going on vacation. So they're going to be going full throttle, taking chances, shooting from everywhere, and they got some kids that can score goals. This is nothing for Winnipeg. Minus 270 does not make sense at all.
Yeah, a huge value on Anaheim. We are completely on the same page here. And hats off to Winnipeg, playing St. Louis in the first round. Matthew and I will discuss that in great detail with a whole bunch of guests on Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, live. Yeah, so we're on the same page on this Anaheim team, plus 220. And Matthew, I think if people want to bet Anaheim, I think they got to bet it right now. I think this line is going to get worse and worse as the day progresses. I think we're going to see this come down substantially. So here we have the only game of substance tonight and an absolute monster. Montreal playing Carolina, and Montreal is now minus 115. And, you know, Matthew, everything in my body is saying take Montreal, take Montreal. This is an absolute must-win game. Their entire playoff rests on them getting a point here. And this is a team that has shown that they can win games. And Carolina, like Winnipeg, they're not sending anybody out. But we have a grain of salt here. Montreal needed to beat Chicago, and they were in, and this game would have been meaningless. Martin St. Louis even said, this is the most important game of the year. Then they go out and lose. How can we trust the Habs tonight against a depleted Carolina team?
And they were fortunate to get that point. They scored on a power play with 3 minutes left in the game. So very fortunate to get that point. Man, how good did Demidov look? Man, does that kid look like he is going to be a stud. First 5 shifts, a goal and an assist, and was electric. So I'm on the Canadiens. I'm with you. I think the Hurricanes called up 5 players from their farm team. Skylar Brindamore, Rod Brindamore's son, is going to be playing tonight, which is pretty awesome. Awesome for his dad and for Skylar. So good on him. I'm on Montreal. I'm on the under. I think this is a tight scoring game, but I think Montreal wins this one 3-1, 3-2.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100%. You know, I have to look at Montreal here. There's simply no other way. You got one team that is just going to come out gangbusters, firing on all cylinders, and you got another team that'll be like, I don't really care what you do. Go ahead, do what you do. Like, we'll be over there having a meeting. Matthew Barnaby, Lawrence Presman, you're watching the Blue Line Hockey Betting Podcast. Guys, hit that like button, please. Subscribe to our channel, please. Make sure to comment. We love reading the comments. The word for today, Clipagaius. Just throw that word up and let's see all the different spellings you can come up with. Clipagaius. That's the word for today. In case you want to comment, but you have nothing to comment with, just type that word.
Clipagaius. Okay.
Clipagaius. It means nice round buttocks. In case you did not. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Not what I was bargaining for this morning at 10:15 in the morning.
Well, I know because when I walk down the streets, men scream, Clipagaius! No.
I'm sure they yell something else.
That's never happened ever. New Jersey playing Detroit, Matt. Whatever, whoever. Got to look at the over here. Yeah, I mean, it passed for me too. But if a gun is held to my head, it's the over in this game. But yeah, pass as well. And Dallas and Nashville, you know, Dallas plus 135. Again? You know, how do you not take the Nashville here? Like, Dallas ain't playing for shit. And we saw Dallas lose a whole bunch of games in a row to begin with when they weren't playing for anything. I think Nashville could care less whether they win or lose this game either, but at least they're playing their players.
Yeah. It's a pass. If I was going to do anything here, I'd take the under. But listen, I'm not. A lot of these games are not on my radar at all. I haven't put much. Just looking at the games, Dallas has been terrible as of late. They're not playing anyone. Nashville, like you said, they're just waiting for a vacation here. This is a veteran team, not a young team like Anaheim. They win, they lose, it doesn't matter. They're going on vacation. So I'm passing on this game as well. If I was going to bet anything here, it would be the under, but I'm not touching it.
Matt, I like Vancouver, and I'll tell you why. They're playing Vegas tonight, and first let's start with the fact that Vegas ain't showing up either here. Come on. Nobody is going to play on that team tonight. But I think based on Rick Tocchet's personality, I don't think that man could deal with losses. Like, I think that man had a full head of hair and then started losing games. There is very few people that look as angry as he looks when they are losing hockey games. So I think this team wants to end the year the right way. And I'm not saying that about, Nashville. I don't think Nashville gives a rat's ass how they end the year. I think Vancouver wants to end this year with a dub. I think they are a good bet tonight. What about you?
It's a pass for me again. If I was betting, I would take Vancouver. Listen, Rick Tocchet is one of my favorite people in the National Hockey League. He was my assistant coach when I was with Colorado for a part of a year, and I've stayed in touch. I absolutely love him. Listen, I'm more curious to see where Rick Tocchet is going to be next year. Is he going to be back with the Vancouver Canucks? Does someone else come and try to poach him? New York Rangers? Either way, he is going to be making a lot of money, and I'm very curious to see where he is. And you nailed it on the head. There's no one that likes losing in anything more than Rick Tocchet. He is the most competitive person I've ever seen. This team just doesn't do it for me. Elias Pettersson just doesn't do it for me. Is he going to show up or is he checked out? And
Which one?
that's which one's going to show up? So I agree. Vegas
No.
has nothing.
Which Elias?
No.
How does it? I mean, what are the odds that there are two guys on the same team named Elias Pettersson? Anyway,
well, there's actually three, because one guy plays like the best player in the league some nights, and then the absolute worst player that doesn't look like he wants to play hockey at all. So I'm off on this game either which way, just because as much as Rick wants to win, I don't know if their star players want to win.
Got to take San Jose here, Matt. They're locked into the last spot. Edmonton, I'm worried about Edmonton moving forward. I mean, this team is injury riddled at 100, horrible. They have no depth. I do not buy their goaltending. Their defense is weak. I am worried about Edmonton in the playoffs, but we'll discuss that at 1 p.m. Eastern on Friday, live on this channel. But I think Edmonton is going to lay an egg tonight, brother. And I think the San Jose team, given how young they are, given what the year they had, and given how much fun they still look like they're having on the ice through all of this, I think they are the livest dog on the board tonight, brother.
I'm on San Jose as well, again, because they're young kids, not like Nashville where they're checked out. It doesn't matter. These guys are playing for, they're most of these guys are just young kids, and they understand that they're going to be on vacation next week, but they're still excited. These guys aren't 35 years old and beaten and battered. These guys, this is for most of them their first or second year in the National Hockey League. So I'm on San Jose here as well. I'm worried about the Oil playing the Los Angeles Kings again in the first round. I don't think it's a good matchup for them, and we'll get into that on Friday. But no Ekholm for the first round. That's a big loss.
Yeah, especially against the Kings, because they are a heavy team. Matthew Barnaby, I'm Lawrence Presman. Matthew, who is your favorite coach that you played for? Just out of curiosity, because you mentioned Tocchet was your coach.
Well, he was my favorite assistant coach. I love Tony Granato, even though it was a short period of time. He's just a great person. I liked Dave Tippett a lot when I was in Dallas for the 1 year. I liked his structure, and he just always treated me with a lot of respect. But no one comes close for Ted Nolan. Ted Nolan was just a classy guy, demanded hard work, and didn't care what the name on the back of your jersey was or how much money you made. If you worked hard, you were going to play, and if you were a prima donna, he was not going to play you at all. So Teddy Nolan for sure.
There we go. Andy Lang joining us for some prop bets for tonight's NHL card. Andy, what do you got for us, brother? We need a volume, Andy. Sorry, that's on Dan, our producer. No, Andy. Andy has muted himself. Andy is doing the Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon version. Okay. Matthew, what are your prop bets while Andy figures this out?
I'm going with Demidov over 1.5 shots. He was just electric and lived up to the billing. Now we know why so many fans were at the Montreal airport welcome him to Montreal. So I'm on the over for that. And also Cole Caulfield over 2.5 shots. I think their power play is going to be buzzing. You know who hasn't looked good for them lately? Nick Suzuki. He has
Yeah.
not looked great lately. And so I'm on Cole Caulfield over 1.5, or over 2.5, and Demidov over 1.5 shots.
I'll tell you one thing interesting about Davidoff is he brings the same smile that the entire Habs team has. I mean,
Yeah.
that team looks like they just do edibles before every media conference. It doesn't matter who is coming out to the mic. They're going to have one big bloody smile on their face. Andy Lang, have you figured your mic issues out?
I'm not muted on my end. I nothing's changed. I'm fine. I'm good. The bad news though is sadly I'm a prima donna. So I don't have any picks today, Matt. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, tread lightly on props here. You know, towards the end of the regular season, we don't really know who's playing, who's going to get a bunch of minutes. But I would look at Luke Hughes over 1.5 shots on goal. This guy, if he has the puck, he's shooting it. 7.4 shot attempts per game in the last 10, but only 2.7 actually make it to goal. So he's not very efficient with there, but we'll take the volume. It's a small sprinkle. Wait until we get to the playoffs where we have some more trends and we have teams that are really, really dialed in. So just a small play, nothing too big. Celebrating Rasmus Andersson. Matt, he went under his shots on goal. He hit the post on a breakaway last night. And that doesn't count as a shot on goal, which is the strangest thing in all of prop betting. In hockey, if you hit the post, that is not a shot on goal. It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. It literally hits part of the goal, and it doesn't count as a shot on goal. But it's our first loss in 2 weeks on Rasmus Andersson. Shout out to him. You've done a great job building our bankroll. Appreciate the great year, buddy.
Andy Lang. Andy, the other crazy thing is if the goalie moves 6 feet out of the net and catches the puck, that does count as a shot on goal.
They deem it if it would have gone in the net if the goalie didn't block it. That's how they rule it. But the post thing, I will never get over. Matt, I will never get over that one.
I don't get it either. I don't get it.
It's the post. It doesn't count.
Imagine hitting the post 4 times in a game and not hitting the net either. And it was like, oh my God, he's generating no offense at all. 0 shots on goal.
Let's cut him. This guy can't get it done. He's getting nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the stat nerd. Yeah. So thanks for having me, guys. Guys, I cannot wait for Friday. I seriously cannot wait for Friday. What a great show. And yes, I will absolutely be there for the entire time.
Okay, Andy Lang, everyone. Awesome show today, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment. Make sure to like. Let your friends know. Matthew, that is a bicep right there, okay? Yeah.
Yep.
Two men getting old and losing their self-esteem.
Yes. Yeah.
Later, everyone. Don't bet stupid. We'll see you tomorrow.